Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 31st. You start off with this discovery card and also this enthusiasm card as well. So I feel like you're literally discovering reasons to be enthusiastic about something. This could be coming in as like a little bit of a shocking surprise here. You have the Tower. Number one, everyone's had the Tower again, so it could just be another global Tower moment that we'll be seeing. But on top of that, you have this Scales card that says Justice on it. But I feel what's shocking is that you're discovering something that maybe leads to a lot of fulfillment in your life this week, and we definitely see that showing up here. There are some other little things that show up, like the truth coming out that we're going to talk about as well. And it looks like an important truth, but other than that, I actually feel like this is a pretty good week for you to make decisions, but also to move towards things that make you feel enthusiastic. I mean, this is literally your card. This is Sun in Sagittarius. So a lot of fulfillment coming in for you this week. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Three of Wands showing up in your first position here. I kind of feel like you have to change your worldview about something. I'm not telling you what to do. I don't think tarot or astrology should tell you what to do. But, I just think it would be helpful to look at something from a different perspective, or to allow something to surprise you. It's like you have the Four of Pentacles, which is kind of like thinking that you know how something in your life is going to turn out, thinking that how everything happens, right? And I see this as like needing to be surprised. It could be by love with the Page of Cups. Maybe you think that every relationship goes the same way and you need to allow love to surprise you. But it could also be something else as well. Like maybe you have the same story in business or work, and you need to allow yourself to be surprised and allow yourself to see that things don't always have to be the same. Again, you have that discovery card, enthusiasm card. It kind of tells me that you are breaking away from this. So again, I don't even think it's something you need to do. I just think it is something that you are doing. You also have the Emperor here as well. So I feel like you're ready to take action. He has these rams right here on his chair, and they kind of represent action or taking action in some area of your life. So I do feel like you're ready to take action. He also has his armor on underneath his cloak, and the armor under his cloak kind of says that he's ready to go at a moment's notice. So I kind of get that for you here, where there could be some like quick opportunities that you're going to want to take advantage of this week. These could be opportunities in work or business. For some reason, going this direction, I'm seeing this King of Swords as like a boss or a mentor. And again, it doesn't matter what gender your boss is, or if it's like a business mentor or something. It doesn't matter what gender they are, but they're showing up as the King of Swords, someone you look up to. So if there's a person who comes in with an opportunity this week, and it's a person you look up to, it could also be like a parent, someone that you just know, a friend. If they come in with an opportunity to do something, I would do it, because it looks, whatever it is, it looks good to me. You also have the Three of Wands. So definitely expanding into the world. I think everybody's in an expansion mode right now. I just think there's a lot of empty space that needs to be filled in the universe. So we should be filling it with our, whatever, our creations, our experiences, happiness, joy, enthusiasm, whatever gets us excited in the morning. We can fill it with whatever we want. But I kind of feel this Three of Wands is asking you to kind of like take a leap of faith. Three of Wands is a card of like, what are you waiting for? Or it's really a card of waiting for a perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment to do something. So get moving. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Moon card here. Needing to allow yourself to be surprised. Again, the Moon is like fears, anxiety, illusions, fantasies, secrets as well. There's definitely something about a secret coming out here, but I need more details before I open my mouth about whatever it is. But I do feel there could be some sort of secret being revealed. And again, I want to get more detail on what it is. But other than that, it can kind of represent, being disillusioned. And I kind of get that feeling here with the Four of Pentacles again. So don't be afraid to like give something a chance. With the Emperor, you have the Four of Wands, because it'll probably be much better than you think. Four of Wands, a card of freedom and being set free. That's really the feeling that I get here. I'm not really getting like the traditional marriage or anything like that. I'm just getting more freedom. And so I feel there's going to be reason for you to celebrate in the near future. This could be in work or business for some of you. For others, I do feel it could be love, of course. With the Three of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords. And again, there is a need to set yourself free. We kind of have been saying this with the Four of Pentacles, that I feel like something is stuck, but it might be based off your mindset or like kind of how you see something in your life. And the Eight of Swords just says that you need to see that there are other ways of doing things. Eight of Swords is a card of only seeing one way of doing things and allowing that to keep you stuck. So, pretty simple first draw. I feel like it's just asking you to set yourself free. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Caduceus card. It says, you will receive news from afar. There's definitely news coming in from a distance, and it could be this truth that's coming out. You have the Ace of Swords at the end. You also have the Spirit card. It says, unseen forces watch over you. So I do feel like you are being divinely guided kind of at this time. I also feel that this, for whatever reason, I feel like this news is going to lead to an unexpected change in your life. I feel very motivated. I feel enthusiastic. I feel excited if I put myself in your shoes. But I'm not going to lie. I feel there's something, maybe like some sort of wound that is presented here or is being presented here. So, maybe you have been kind of drifting away from a person. This kind of gives me those vibes of like walking away from a person, but maybe you finally get news or truth that fully makes you move away from a person. Just giving you an example here. And it's like on one hand, it sets you free. And I feel like you're feeling very motivated because of it. And, sometimes after a breakup or a separation, maybe we feel very motivated to kind of turn our life around. That's what I'm seeing here. But there's kind of like a little bit of a, heartbreak energies, for lack of a better term. You have the Page of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Again, there are no heartbreak cards here, but again, I read intuitively, and that's what I'm getting. So you have the Eight of Cups, which is like walking away, and the Nine of Wands, which is the wounded warrior. So I feel for some of you, you could be experiencing some wounds, and that could be why you're maybe in that Four of Pentacles energy. The Nine of Wands actually has a very easy solution, which is, number one, to not give up, but number two, to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. It's my card of experimentation, so I feel it would be a great time for you to experiment on anything that hasn't been working. And that could include like moving towards new love or starting a new business or trying new things in love and business to see what you can get. It's one of my favorite cards for doing that. So that's definitely what I would do there. You also have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is like walking away from things that no longer serve you. So I feel a lot of you could be walking more towards fulfillment. I also feel like sometimes we can get out of a situation and we realize like our worth. We realize what we deserve. And I feel a lot of you have maybe gone through something in the recent past that is difficult, where you realize that you weren't getting what you deserve. And even though it hurts, I feel like you're moving towards what you deserve. You also have the Page of Cups. Could be new love coming in for some of you, but I kind of feel this is also a dream. I feel like saying daydream is like the word that's popping into my head here. I would be careful of being too negative. Like maybe you're thinking like, oh, true love is a daydream, or it just doesn't exist, or my business can't exist. Maybe these are your thoughts. And I feel like this is saying, no, it can. You can create your own reality, so you can have whatever you want. And that's kind of like what I feel here, is that you need to realize that you can have whatever you want. With the Page of Cups, you have the Six of Pentacles here. Yeah, you just have to start planting seeds. And I know it sounds obvious, and I know I say it all the time, but really, I feel this is like the easiest solution of all time right now. And the reason it comes up a lot is because this is what the universe wants. I feel like the universe wants us to just start planting seeds in new directions. And it wants us to take care of those seeds. Treat it like a garden. When the seeds start to sprout, pay attention to the things that are sprouting in your life and get rid of the rest, right? So in all areas of your life, I would be trying new things, whatever works, keep doing it, and give it fertilizer and sun and all those things. I'm speaking figuratively here, of course, not literally, but what I would say is, try new things. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. You are walking towards total fulfillment. Not only that, I feel like you're walking towards lifelong fulfillment. Ace of Cups can fill itself up. All you have to do is reach down into this water, and you could easily fill yourself back up. So the Ace of Cups is like a never-ending source of fulfillment, and that seems to me what you are walking towards. I almost feel that some of you demanded something as well, not literally, but just through your actions. Again, if you walked away from someone who wasn't right for you because you weren't feeling fulfillment, that is like a form of telling the universe what you deserve, right? So when we do that, we get what we want. And I kind of feel some of you have done that. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Nine of Swords. Kind of interesting because I knew this was connected. You have the Nine of Swords over here as well. This is like needing to end a cycle with the world in between. The Nine of Swords is like having a nightmare, waking up and still being in a nightmare. So there's some sort of cycle that I feel has either come to an end or is about to come to an end. And I just feel it's pretty simple. Again, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this Scales card that says Justice and Documents. You have this Gazelle card that says Change and Purity. But what I feel like is coming in for you is the ending of this cycle. because something isn't balanced. You have the Six of Pentacles as well as the Scales card, so something has been out of balance and the universe has to bring it back into balance, and that's why this change is happening. So I feel what's coming in for you is a big change. Could be a shocking change, not going to sugarcoat it. You have the Tower, the King of Swords, and the World card here. Again, I keep talking about this, that we're going to see a lot of global Tower moments. I mean, like, are you kidding me? The World happening in the World, King of Swords, an authority figure. I mean, mark my words. Wouldn't surprise. Everybody's had the Tower again this week, and I feel like we're going to see a lot of Tower moments in the future. This doesn't have to be a scary thing. Again, of course, the Tower is really a good thing, because the reason the Tower is falling is because these people inside the Tower have been ignoring reality for too long. They refuse to see things for how they actually are, so they're being brought back down to earth. So really, again, these Tower moments, they're not like a bad thing, because I think everyone's being brought back down to reality. We're all seeing reality for what it is, so we can make it better, so we can change it. This is not a bad thing, right? The other thing is, I feel like some of you have made a decision here. That's like that one guy, he's diving head first out of the tower. The other person's like, oh my God, I can't believe this tower's falling, even though it's been on fire, right? They're like totally ignoring reality. The other person's like, what? I see reality for what it is. I'm taking a leap of faith here. And that is definitely popping into my head, that some of you, it's like you could be seeing something burning around you, not literally, of course. I'm talking figuratively here. And you could see something starting to collapse. I would pay attention to those things. It could be an uncomfortable truth. Like, if you see your boss, taking extra money and putting it in their pocket, and you're like, okay, that is like a little bit weird. Maybe you need to pay attention to those things, right? If you see something weird happening, maybe your boss is dealing with the mafia or something like that, I would be a little bit careful here. Maybe it's time to leave, right? That's what this is saying. I always tell people, you're watching tarot so you can get ahead of these things, right? You're not watching it because this is a prison sentence, right? Because it's not. So what I'd say here is, if you see something weird going down, maybe it's time to get out of there in any situation. You have the King of Swords. There is something about like a mentor or someone who you look up to. And again, any gender, doesn't have to be a man. But I feel that there is some either very helpful advice or someone is really trying to help you get ahead here in your life. And it could be through information that they're giving you. And also, I feel someone could be helping you through a big change. So if you're going through a rapid change or some sort of tower moment, I feel like there is a person or people in your life who are kind of helping you progress through this change. And we even see this here with the World. The World is about going through this portal. And you have several portal cards here, actually. You also have the Four of Wands, which is also a portal card. So I feel like you're going through this portal, but the thing that stands out to me is that she's a fully integrated being. The woman that's inside the World card, she kind of represents a combination of all energies that exist. So it kind of says that you are fully integrated now, and you're just ready to level up. So I feel like whatever change you're making is definitely a big time, level up change. Let's put it that way. With the Tower, you have the Two of Swords. Are you kidding? It's like she's sitting where she has always been, and over here is a new island. And, I always say that you have to go to that new island with the Two of Swords. She kind of represents, Four of Pentacles energy, really, sitting where she's trying to protect herself from something that might not even hurt her. She's trying to protect herself from these rocks. But if she just took that blindfold off, she would see those rocks, and she would be able to get to this new island. So I kind of get this energy of needing to see something, but at the same time, I do feel something, like the truth is being illuminated to you here, but it's the truth of, some sort of obstacle, and it's clearly coming from another person, King of Swords, like a mentor, someone you look up to. So I kind of feel like this is like a positive Tower moment where you could be getting, kind of some sort of truth, but it's allowing you to go to get to the other side, go through choppy waters, whatever. With the King of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords. Again, I do feel like some of you could be a little standoffish in love. Not calling you out here, Sagittarius, of course, but I'm just saying, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. To me, they're like the worst divine counterparts in the tarot because they're not facing each other usually. Although she's kind of looking up to him with her hand up here, the way that I lay the cards out. But I feel like some of you are definitely moving on from someone who's like too cold, not willing to open up, all those other good things, right? Or bad things. With the World card, you have the Strength card. I feel like you've been very strong. I feel like you need to realize, you're not being left behind. I feel that feeling for some of you, just intuitively. Like, maybe you're wondering, when is it going to be my turn? When am I going to get my things, the things that I want in life? And you're seeing everyone around you get the things they want. I feel this is the universe encouraging you to be patient. I also feel like your rewards are going to be much bigger than everyone else's. So don't rush the universe is what I'm getting here on this card. I feel like the universe wants a whole lot more for you, and maybe it feels unfair, and I'm not saying it isn't, right? But what I would say is I kind of feel like the universe has bigger plans for you, and I'm not trying to gas you up here. I'm like literally, this is what I'm getting. So I would encourage you to kind of like hold out just a little bit longer, right? Next, at the end for messages from your future self, you have this Target card. It says a goal-oriented person. You also have this Grasshopper card. It's a situation in the balance that requires careful handling. I would be very focused. You have the Ace of Swords showing up here, and you have this Target card. The Ace of Swords is like laser-like focus. So whatever you want to accomplish, it could be anything, any goal, wish, or dream. I would just stay laser-focused at this time, and I would get out of your head with that Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is popping into my head as past stories. The Nine of Swords is very simple. It's like having a nightmare, waking up and still being in a nightmare. We're just thinking of the past with the Nine of Swords. So I would get out of your head here, Sagittarius, and I would just focus on exactly what you do want. You're not the only sign to get this message this week. For whatever reason, I feel like a lot of us, I just think it could be a lot of global tower moments happening or things happening in our lives that are kind of distracting us, but the universe really wants us to go the other direction and focus on what we do want. You have the King of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Swords here. So there could be a truth coming out. It could be a little hard to hear with that Nine of Swords, but the funny thing is, I feel like you already know the truth. You have the Nine of Swords twice. So, if this is you finding out that a person did you dirty or whatever, I feel you kind of already knew the truth. And, I guess if there's a good thing that could come out of this is like your future self is saying that this is allowing you to finally move forward. I feel it's allowing you to reclaim your crown. You can see there's this crown here on the Ace of Swords. So I do feel there's a victory or success coming in for you after a difficult period of time. We see these mountains down here. Mountains in the tarot represent obstacles, but they also represent achievements. The Ace of Swords is above the mountains. So it says that, of course, throughout life, we will always experience challenges and obstacles, but whatever you've learned is allowing you to overcome obstacles a little bit easier with the Ace of Swords. Again, Nine of Swords I feel is a repetitive situation that you're bringing to an end. And then the King of Wands here, I feel like is you. I feel like this is your outcome. I feel like you're showing up in a strong position of power and strength. I also feel something about that is kind of like saying if you're dealing, let me just back up, right? Do a little rewind here. And you have this Grasshopper. It's a situation in the balance. That King of Wands, I feel is saying that if there is something where you're kind of like feeling like you're spinning a lot of plates, you're having to do a lot here, that King of Wands tells me you have the power to create whatever it is. So I kind of get that for some of you where it's like there's a lot of moving parts. Maybe you're trying to get a raise or a promotion. Or I kind of have something here about filling out paperwork as well popping into my head. Could be like buying a house or maybe you're trying to get a mortgage or whatever. And it's like there's a lot of moving pieces. A lot of things have to be signed, a lot of paperwork that has to get gathered. If that's for you, I feel like you will be successful. But this is just saying stick with it. Like don't give up on whatever you're doing. With the King of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles also says, one of my favorite people of all time, Greg Braden, says, when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. See, it's head and it's heart right here. So I feel like you need to realize that you can overcome any obstacle, but you can also create whatever you want in your life through, as Greg Braden calls it, brain-heart coherence, making the two vibrations match, your head and your heart. So you need to think something and you need to feel it as if it has already happened in your heart on a very deep level. I feel when you do that, you will be successful. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Seven of Cups. For some reason, I thought there were other sevens here. I guess not. But Seven of Cups says you need to focus on exactly what you want. Anyway, Seven of Cups is a card of fantasies and illusions. It's a card of being spoiled for choice as well. Personally, I actually like the Seven of Cups, but one thing I will say is that there are good things and bad things in these cups. So I feel like you need to focus on exactly what you want. Just one cup and then make it happen and then kind of like from there, move on to the next cup. That's what I'd be doing here. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Four of Cups. Past disappointments. I feel like this is encouraging you not to focus too much on past disappointments. There could be some energy here. I know it's hard. Like sometimes I think we just get stuck on something, right? Mentally for whatever reason. I've done it. I'm not perfect, right? As I always tell people, it's like sometimes I think we get stuck on something that didn't work. And, I know it's hard, but I would just do whatever you can. Let's just ask. Three of Swords could be a heartbreak. Like I said, sometimes I think it's easy to get stuck on these things. Can we just get what is the advice though for Sagittarius if they're stuck on something? Like, what is it? It's like, I can't grab anything, which kind of, tells me that there is no advice other than to process it. But you do have the Knight of Wands. And you have a lot of these adventure cards and discovery cards. It's like, what makes you feel enthusiastic? You start with that enthusiasm card. This is the card of enthusiasm, the Knight of Wands. So it's like, what can you do that makes you feel enthusiastic? Is there a hobby? Is there, a movie? Is there a TV show that you can watch just to get your brain off of something? So I'd say if you're perseverating on something with the Nine of Swords twice, if you're thinking about something over and over and over again, I'm not telling you not to do that, believe it or not. What I am telling you to do is like, can you for just a little bit less time every single day get away from those thoughts? Can you go, enjoy a hobby, like I said, or do something that you love doing, so that they aren't like dominating your thoughts, right? Whatever it is, could be a past heartbreak, a past person, could also just be some other type of loss. But I feel it'll help you move forward very quickly. We're going to pull 3 yes/no question cards now here, Sag. If you don't have questions, that's fine too. I'm going to put them all together at the end, but you have 1, 2, 3. Feel free to pause the reading if you need time to think of your questions. For question number 1, I would say, hell yes. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Definitely solid opportunity coming in for you. For question number 2, I would say nope. 3 of Swords, which you have twice now. And for question number 3, I would say yes if you do your research. Kind of like putting this all together again. I feel like you need to focus on the Ace of Pentacles and not the 3 of Swords. That Page of Swords is like a detective, but it could be your energy, like thinking like, why did something happen again? Reliving something in your head. I'd be focusing on the new, because I feel like there's much more growth in something new for you than there is in something in the past. So that's that. Thank you for being here, Sag. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.